Hi guys, so we're looking at another training video. This time I'm training with Helen Addison and I'm training with Swift. So we're starting off, this was an interesting course for us, lots of drivey bits, and you can see there were some elements where Swift was not too driven. So we're starting off with this little sequence. We've got to do jump tunnel, and then we've got either a push round or you can do it as a tight freddle. So I did it here first as a push round. Now she's got to send on this big drive down to the tunnel, and this is where we notice where Swift's drive is lacking. So we kind of worked there a bit. It is hard when Swift isn't that driven. And then we switched to doing it as a freddle wrap. So that means she's on the drive arm, but on the far side. And she went, oh, not sure what that is. Don't know what that means. Try that again. And she got it. So it's just trying these different setups and ways to do it. And though I could get there for the blind and do a push round, I kind of like the freddle wrap. So here we go, freddle wrap, that enables me to get ahead. Now I can push her just that little bit more down that line, which helps Swift, gives her that bit of drive. And there's Helen kindly throwing in the toy for us. I think I said Helen Anderson, she's actually Helen Postle now because she's married. So here we're just trying this last little bit, getting a bit of drive, and we're going up the dog walk. Now you're not going to see much of the end behaviour, unfortunately, but that's not important because the important bit is that jump that I'm now going past. So the first time I put in a blind there, which meant I had to give a lot of distance for Swift, and then I made a mistake on that jump because the jump should have been a ketchka, and I did it as a front cross because I chickened out of the ketchka. Wasn't good at them when I could run, and doing them when I can't run. And there she goes. I tried again, and instead she went round the back. But look, I got the ketchka in the end and got there. So there was triumph in the end. Then we tried it this time. So again, trying the ketchka, just being that little bit further ahead. I was not being brave enough with Swift. And you can see when I got it just right, she could do it. But we found that because I don't do a lot of close work, because I distance handle a lot, it meant that she struggled with the close work. So that was something to bear in mind. So this time when we come round, and I'm going to make sure she pushes out round that big top bit, and I'm going to do a blind the other side. So I pick her up on my left arm and do the ketchka that way. And we actually thought afterwards that this second blind actually probably worked a lot better for Swift, looking at it, apart from the fact she drove to the back on that one. Again, I blocked the jump. She's not used to me being that close to her. So we had to just work on that a bit. So that was just something, homework for me to take away, is that I do still need to work on this close stuff, even though most of the time I'm distance handling. Sometimes I can get there and do close stuff, and then in that case I need to be able to do it, and my dogs need to be familiar with it. So now we're going to the next sequence, which is, this was actually really hard for us. There was lots of bits which needed a lot of independence. So the weaves were gorgeous, but I had to get around the back of that other jump, and it was one of those round the backs where I really wanted to be closer to it than I was. So that made it a little bit difficult. So we've got Helen helping us again on this one to try and get round that back. So push round, and then she's got to go in the tunnel, and we wanted that drive, really drive her into that tunnel. And you see the difference it makes when Swift's got someone running with her. And it kind of made me feel sad that, how different it makes when she's got someone with her. Now we're adding in a bit more of the sequence, so we're going to turn. So she's got to turn the first time into the tunnel. She didn't want to because she's like, oh, and then we're doing this bit. But yeah, it's just that element of thinking, well, I can't run with her, and she probably would really like to have someone that she could chase, and that would give her that extra oomph. But at the same time, we are a team together, and though we make mistakes, we are a team together, and we're learning together. And she does. I have asked other people to run her, and actually she's not that keen. So in a way, we get ourselves together. We are that team with all our flaws. So we mustn't regret that perhaps someone else would get it to drive more. But yeah, this bit was hard, getting that push round after the tie. It was really hard. Again, it showed that I need more independence on those. And then when I got it in the end, nice drivey finish. So overall, some really great work from Swift.